Hey, what's up, people? My name is Julian Photo Fit, and this is my quarantine story time. And as you can see, what the title was, I got fired and evicted at the same time. And to start this story, I have to give you some type of backstory, and then combine the two. All right. So I was working at a store called Marshalls. Yes, the department store that everybody go to. Got the blue sign, cheaper stuff, I guess. I was working at this particular store. I was with another store. They did interviews at that store because the store was closing down, and I got the job basically. So I wound up spending 8 years of my life there, and people that know me, 8 years somewhere that I'm not passionate about just kills my soul because I'm a creative, and a lot of creatives feel the same way I feel. So yeah, that was a thing after a while. Yeah. So I did 8 years there, but the job description was loss prevention. Really, I caught shoplifters for a living and caught people internally stealing from the company. That was not my ideal job. It was just something that I was doing at the time, and I didn't know what I wanted to do in my life. I didn't go back to school yet, so it was a bit of a struggle doing something that I didn't wasn't passionate about, didn't really care about. And I did it for a number of years, like a good 6 years, when I was actually trying to do really good and got a promotion out of it before. And it really took a toll on me because you're like chasing shoplifters. These people can come in and they have anything like a knife or a gun, and we have nothing. We just standing there in front of them, telling them, "Hey, put it back," or taking them, back to the office to process them, get them locked up or whatever. So it's a dangerous job, and the big point. The policy of the store is we couldn't grab people. Some companies they could grab and tackle. We just wasn't that type of company at the time. We just couldn't grab people. So some of us broke the rules, and that's that. Now, to go on the other side, it's my living arrangement. I actually had an apartment, and I was really proud of it. It was all decorated nice. Now, I'll just say it was an expense that was put upon me at the apartment. Something got damaged, and I had to pay for it. Now, that was on top of my rent and bills, car insurance, whatever. Everything I paid for, and that was on top of that. And honestly, I felt like it was a way to kind of push me out the door also because this apartment building went through like uh three different management companies. So it's like I was grandfathered in. I was like probably one of the only people that stayed there through all three companies. So I was grandfathered in. My rent stayed at a certain way, a certain range, and they didn't get to come in the apartment and redo it. Like how the other apartments were. They were remodeled and renovated. So I think that kind of helped them with their decision. Now, as I'm paying my bills and paying rent and paying that extra expense, I kind of fell behind twice. And I guess they didn't like that second time because what's coming next is just catastrophic to what anybody is trying to do in life and get to the next level. So one day I go to the job, I'm working, doing what I do, catching shoplifters or whatever I'm doing. And this was like kind of early in the day. Not going to say which one I was at, but I was working. So I get a phone call from my apartment complex, and they have corporate on the line, and they're basically saying, you have, we're going to proceed with the eviction. So get prepared. You're going to get something in the mail, court date and all this, and I'm getting evicted. So I'm on the phone at work, like probably standing on the sales floor or something, just receiving this bad news. It it was kind of devastating, and I'm like, damn, my whole bachelor pad is gone, and what I'm going to do now? So hung up with them, going on about my day. I don't know who I told, but I'm just working. So I see this guy. This guy comes in. He steals all the time. I caught him 2 other times. He got locked up. Still came back. So he comes in. I'm watching him. I'm like, okay, I know he's going to steal. So he stole something, probably something small, but we'll get him for certain things if if they're like repeat offenders. So this guy comes in, grabs what he wants to grab, and then tries to head right out. So me, I'm kind of fast, so I get up to the front and I step in front of him and say, hey, bruh, listen, you can't leave with this. And I had a partner with me. So what we can do is we can like step in front of them to really get them to come back and write up the information on them and call the cops if we need to. So I'm stepping in front of this guy, but he doesn't want to go. He's really not trying to go back to jail. So he kind of pushes past me. I attempt to like kind of push him against the wall. He kind of bounced off the wall and broke through the window of Marshall's. So when I saw him go through the glass, I just froze, in my head. And I think I said it verbally. I said, I'm fired. I said this verbally, I'm fired. And 2 weeks later, they let me go. Now, at that point, I knew I was fired. So that's being fired and evicted at the same time. So I got fired through a process. We couldn't make any stops or any shoplifters. We just sat in the office and got paid for 2 weeks. And then, the bosses came, wrote us up, final write-up, and we were fired out of there. So getting evicted and knowing I'm getting fired on the same day was my case. And it was a turning point because it made me pick up my camera and just start to make money from it. And it's still not even like an overnight success doing this, but it's a slow, hard process. But I'd rather be doing this than anything else. And I'm ecstatic that I even get to do this video and photography, as you see on my YouTube and Instagram. And I'd rather be doing this. It's what I love. Point blank. But that didn't stop me. That was like one of the hardest parts of my life. Hardest parts to let my apartment go and to have my income just stop and to rely on my savings to like kind of carry me for a while I was trying to figure things out. And I was still in college. I was still in school, still taking classes. So it was just like a crazy journey. But I got to finish that. And that was my story. I hope it wasn't too boring for y'all. But this is Quarantine Stories, and I hope everybody's staying safe out there. Stay home. I'm staying home. I'm chilling on the couch. Try not to watch TV all day. Try to stay productive. But, that was my story time. So, if you enjoyed it, I don't know, put a like, put a comment. Did you get evicted before? I don't know. But, I'm still awkward in front of a camera. Sorry. All right. Peace, y'all.